Hi, Helen from crystalsandcrochet.com here, and welcome to part 8 of the Sacred Space Crochet Along. We are going to we're working around the whole project now, so we now have a square and we are going to work from V-stitches and more rounds of shells and then some clusters, and we're going to start like a little lattice effect, and we're also going to start to build out the corners with a stitch that maybe sounds a little bit complicated in the pattern but is actually very easy. So I will be showing you how to do all of that. So I hope you enjoy part 8. Round 101. Okay, we are going to join with a standing single crochet in the 4th double of any corner shell. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, that's number 4. So standing single crochet in there. Chain 1, and you may find using, if I can grab some stitch markers, using a stitch marker in your chain 1 space helps, and then single crochet in the same stitch. Okay, so as we've done before with using a stitch marker in the chain 1 space, it will just help you to identify that space when we come to the next round. Okay, so now we are going to chain 2, and then we are going to do this repeat 34 times. Okay, so we're going to V-stitch in the next single crochet. So if you remember, a V-stitch is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, chain 1, single crochet in the 4th stitch of the next shell, which is your middle one, chain 1. Okay, so it's what we're going to do all the way along. V-stitch in the single, chain 1, single crochet in the 4th double of the shell, chain 1. Okay, so 34 times you need to do that. So come all the way along and I will catch up with you at the other end. Okay, so 34 repeats brings us to this last shell of the side where we've done the single crochet and the chain 1. Okay, so we're then going to make a V-stitch in that last single crochet, chain 2, and then in the 4th double crochet of the corner we are going to single, chain 1, pop a marker in, and single. Okay, so that's our side complete. Carry on and do that around the other 3 sides, and then when you get all the way back to the beginning here, you are going to omit that last corner group, join to that standing single crochet, fasten off. Now, although the pattern says secure your ends, you will actually find it much easier to secure your ends after you've done the next round. Okay, round 102. Okay, we are going to join with a standing single crochet in the first single crochet of any corner group. Okay, and then in the chain one corner space we are going to excuse me, double crochet, and then we're going to chain one, double crochet 4 times. That's 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. Now you will find by leaving that stitch marker in there, it just helps as you pull that over, and now take that out, you're going to single crochet in that next single crochet. Oops, she says. Let's try that one again. Okay, single crochet in that first single crochet. So now you can see this little bit that's coming across here. That's part of that single crochet. So by having used the stitch marker in your chain one space, it means that that single crochet sits into that stitch properly. Okay. Okay, so now in the next V-stitch we are going to double crochet and then chain one, double crochet 4 times. Okay, so with all of the shells this time, we've got 5 double crochet and 4 chain one spaces in each shell. Okay, so then you are going to make a long single crochet over the next single crochet. So to make a long single crochet, all you're going to do is go actually into that same stitch, yarn over, pull your loop up to sit on top of that, so exactly as the height if you had made a single crochet into the top of the stitch. So basically all you've done is sort of hidden that single crochet. Okay, I'll show you again. So it's double crochet and then chain one, double crochet 4 times, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, let's get this so that we can see nice and clearly. Into the same stitch as that previous single crochet, and then pull the loop up so that your hook is sitting on top of the stitch, yarn over and pull through. Okay, now with long stitches what tends to happen is they can sort of twist a little bit, so if you just use your nail or use a hook or something just to sort of pull it over, then you'll find it will sit in a V and much more neatly. Okay, so you're going to do that 34 times. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll catch up with you at the other end. Okay, so 34 repeats brings us to this point. Okay, so we then need to make another shell, which is exactly the same. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet 4 times. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then to finish the side, you are going to single crochet in that first single crochet of the corner group. Okay, and then we start all over again. So in the chain 1 corner space we make a shell, double crochet, and then chain 1 double crochet 4 times, so that you've got 5 double crochet, 4 chain 1 spaces. You're then going to single crochet in that next stitch, and you will then make a shell in each V-stitch and a long single crochet over each of the single crochets until again you come round to this last one. That's 34 times, a 35th shell, and then back to the corner again. Okay, so work your way all the way round and join to that first standing single crochet, fasten off and secure your ends. Round 103. We are going to join with a standing single crochet in the 3rd double crochet of any shell. Okay, so it's the center one. So standing single in there, and then we're going to chain 1, pop our marker in, and single crochet in the same stitch. Okay, so we are basically sort of repeating the round that we did down here, 101. Okay, so chain 2, V-stitch in the next single crochet, which is this one that's really tight in to the corner. Chain 1, single crochet in the third double of the next shell. Okay, so it's the middle double crochet that we're going to single crochet into every time, and we're going to V-stitch into our long single crochet from the previous round. Okay, really nice and simple again. So just work your way all the way round. Don't forget that you've got a chain 2 either side of the corner. So when you come round to the corner, you'll make your V-stitch in here and then chain 2 before you make your corner group, or at the very end chain 2 before you join to that standing single crochet and fasten off. Okay, so this time you've got 35 repeats, which will bring you to here, and you then V-stitch in that single, chain 2 and make your corner. Okay, so quite a simple one, easy for you all to get round that, and I will see you for the next round. Round 104. we are going to join with a standing single crochet in the first single of any corner group. Okay, chain 1, and then in the chain 1 corner space you are going to double crochet, chain 1 3 times. Okay, so that's 1, 2, double crochet, chain 1 3 times, and then single crochet in that next single. Okay, a little bit easier to see this time because we've actually only got 3 stitches in the corner, but this time we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 chain spaces. Okay, chain 1, and then in the next V-stitch again it's double crochet, chain 1 3 times, 2 and 3, make a long single crochet over the next single, and we're going to do that 35 times. Okay, so it's chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 1, 2 and 3 times, long single over single. Okay, so a little bit harder to see with this colour. If I put my hand there you can see it maybe a little bit more clearly if I block the light out. So you've got chain 1 at the beginning and at the end, and then 3 double crochet with chain 1, 2 chain 1s in between. Okay, and then another long single crochet over the single. Okay, so again just follow that, work your way all the way round. When you get to each corner you'll have made your shell and ended with a chain 1, single crochet into that last stitch, then it's chain 1, double, chain 1, double, chain 1, double, chain 1, single into the next stitch. Okay, so these shells are much more open, much more stretched apart, and you've got 35 repeats again, working a shell into each of the V stitches, a long single crochet over each of the singles apart from the corner where you actually work into the single crochets. Okay, go all the way round, and then when you come back to the beginning here you're going to finish this on a chain 1 and then join to that standing single crochet, fasten off and secure your ends. Round 105. Okay, we're going to join with a standing single crochet in the second double of any shell, so that's the central one. Okay, so standing single crochet in there. We're then going to chain 2 and single crochet in the same stitch. Now with the chain 2 space, because it's much easier to see, you don't need to put stitch markers in there, but obviously you can if you want to. Okay, and now we're going to start our repeat to work across the side. So we're going to chain 2, and we're then going to make a 3 double crochet cluster in the next single crochet. Okay, so if you remember, it's 3 partial doubles. So yarn over once into the same stitch, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and then yarn over and pull through all 3. So that's your 3 double crochet cluster. Chain 2, single crochet in the second double crochet of the next shell. Okay, so nice simple repeat again, just working our way across. And remembering that you've got 3 double cluster, chain 2 either side, and then single crochet in the second or center double crochet of the shell. Okay, so that is our repeat. Okay, so keep going all the way across, and then when you come to each corner, you will have completed your 36 repeats to here. Chain 2, make a final 3 double cluster in that single crochet, chain 2, and then repeat single, chain 2, single in the central or second double crochet of each corner shell. Okay, round 106. We are going to join with a standing double crochet in the last single before any chain 2 corner space. Okay, so it's literally the last stitch of any side with a standing double crochet. There we go. Okay, and then our repeat starts with a corner where we are going to, into the chain 2 space, we are going to make 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. There we go. Okay, now we're going to double crochet in the next single, 2 double crochet in the chain 2 space, front post double around the next cluster, and then 2 double crochet in the chain 2 space. Okay, so nice simple repeat. Into the single crochet, oops, 2 in the chain 1 space, front post double around the cluster, 2 in the chain 1 space. Okay, so you're going to do that repeat 37 times. So that's your repeat from the double that you make into the single, 2 in the chain 2 space, front post double around the cluster, 2 in the chain 2 space. You are going to do that 37 times, and then as you come back round onto a corner, you're going to double crochet in that last single before the corner, and then your corners are 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, and as you start each side, don't forget that first stitch there. Okay, so go ahead and work all the way round, all 4 sides, and then obviously you're going to omit that last double crochet on the last repeat because we've already made it, join to that standing double with a slip stitch, and I will come back to you for the next round. Okay, so round 107, we're going to chain 2 and front post treble around the same stitch. Okay, and by doing that we are making a beginning double crochet front post treble together. Okay, so in order to do that in the next 2 stitches, what we're going to do is let me start again. Okay, yarn over, into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, through 2. Okay, yarn over twice, around the post of the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and through 2 twice, and then through all 3. So what we've done is make a partial double crochet and a partial front post treble and then join them together. Okay, so yarn over once, into the top of the stitch, pull up your loop and through 2 loops once, yarn over twice, round the post of the stitch, through 2 loops twice, and then through all 3 loops. Okay, right, and then we're going to start our repeat. So in the corner, quite a simple corner, it's just 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. Okay, let me turn everything round a bit. Okay, so for the next few rounds you're going to be making these double crochet front post treble together stitches in the corners, and what that's actually going to do is it's going to give you a really nice sort of neat and quite dense corner, so your blanket will lay nice and flat. Okay, so we're going to do a double crochet front post treble together in the next 6 stitches. Okay, so don't forget this first one. So yarn over, into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over twice, around the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2 twice, and then through the 3. Okay, it's quite simple once you get into the swing of it. But it's just much denser than just a front post treble. Okay, how many have we done? That's 4, and this is number 5. And number 6 will fall in your first front post double around that cluster. Okay, so if I lay that down flat, what you see at the front is the front post stitches, okay, but you've also got partial stitches in the top of the stitches, so you'll soon feel it makes it feel quite thick and heavy. Okay, so then we're going to start a really simple repeat. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, and you are going to do that 107 times. Okay, so I'm going to shoot along this side, and when I get to the next corner, I'll just sort of show you going round the corner and how everything's going to sit on the corner. Okay, so once you've done that 107 times, you will have 7 stitches left here. So you're going to chain 1, skip that next stitch, and then make 6 double crochet front post treble together. Okay, so starting in the front post double, and then in the next 5 stitches as well. And what you'll have noticed maybe as you were working along is that you will always have a stitch in the front post stitches, okay, but never in the one made into the single. So that just helps you to sort of keep track as you're coming along there. So let me just finish this side completely, and then you can see where we are going. Okay, so you'll have a total of 12 of these stitches on each side, okay, 6 either side of the corner. Okay, and then in the corner you're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then these double crochet front post treble togethers in the next 6 stitches, and then you've got your chain 1, skip a stitch, chain 1 going along. Okay, so there you can see how it's starting to sit, and then you'll have sort of a little flat bit here, and as we carry on sort of working this out and it grows into the corner, I think it's a really cool texture. Okay, so go ahead and do that on the other 3 sides, and then when you get all the way back to the beginning here, you've already made 3 of the double crochet front post trebles togethers, so there's only 3 to make there on that last side. Okay, see you for the next round. Okay, round 108. This is the last round for part 8, and we are going to join with a standing double crochet in any chain 2 corner space. And we're going to double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet in that same space. Okay, so all of your corners are going to be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, now we start our repeat across the side. So we're going to double crochet front post treble together in the next 8 stitches. Okay, so exactly the same as we did before here. So yarn over once, into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over twice, around the stitch, pull up a loop, through 2 loops, twice, and then through all 3 loops. Okay, and we're going to do that 8 times. Yeah, so exactly the same as you did down here, but we're just extending it further into the corner. Okay, so as we carry on, make sure that you just work around the front post treble of the part. Hang on, I didn't do that one right at all. Let's start that again. Okay, into the top of the stitch first, and then as you do the second part, rather than going around the whole stitch, just go around that front post treble part. Okay, so into the top of the stitch, and then make the second part around the second part of the previous round. Okay, and it's quite easy to follow these over the next few rounds that we're going to make them, because although you will extend into the corner each time, you won't come any further out than this, so that will always be your last one. So let's finish that one off, and we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, so you'll also do 8 at the other end before you go into your corner. But we've now got a repeat where we are going to double crochet into the chain 1 space, and then we're going to back post treble around the next stitch. Okay, so back post double into the chain space, back post treble around the next stitch. Okay, and you're going to carry on like that all the way across, so you're going to do 107 times, finishing as you come here. You'll do a back post treble round there, that will be 107, and then you'll double crochet into that stitch and then make your 8 double crochet front post treble togethers. Okay, and your corners are 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, so carry on all the way around on all 4 sides, and when you get back to the beginning, you're standing double crochet there in the corner, you're going to join to that standing stitch, fasten off, secure your ends, work all of your ends away. Your blanket is actually square now. It's not necessary to block it until we finish the final part, but by laying it out on a flat surface and smoothing with your hands, you will find that you've got a nice square now. But please don't break your neck climbing up ladders and on tables and things like that to try and get good photographs of your blanket at this stage, because it is quite big and it is difficult to get a full photograph in. Okay, but looking forward to seeing what you've done so far. See you next time.